live because it just continues your life. Usually it just says for a while, it just goes and goes and goes, and it says you're going live. However, I'm already live, but it doesn't state, so I have to look on here. But that's not the case today. Today's different. It's a different kind of day today. Hello, welcome to my tube, my tiny little tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little conversations on the way I feel about things. Today, I didn't. Oh, Stanley just woke up. I love when he wakes up and brushes. That's him scratching on the freaking cat stand. That's my camera stand. Is his cat tree, and it's about 5:30 is when he emerges from his day slumber. He'll go get a couple bites. Maybe if I'm lucky, he'll go up and sit in his chair. I mean that chair for him. He loves it. Anyway, so today's to me it was just a lie low day. It was a chill day. It was I don't know. It was just a quiet day. It was a little on the warmer side here. It's like 86, and then tomorrow's supposed to be like 86, and then it'll go down to 80 and be in the upper 70s. Weather here is so nice. I couldn't have planned for a better place to be because I tried and I ended up in Oregon. When I planned, we ended up in a place like Oregon. They're having a hot season this year. They're getting a little taste of whatnot of what it's like. It's supposed to be like 105, 106 up there this weekend. And it don't get as hot that here like that here. It's just its own little pocket of heaven, enchantment or entrapment, depending on who you talk to. So a lot of turnover in the news right now. A lot of people are leaving their positions. You give these people all this power, all this authority, then they run away with it and do weird stuff, and then you find out because the truth always comes out. So turnover's high right now. The governor of freaking New York, you can't look at the guy. Does he just seem like an upstanding individual? Is he just a really swell guy? None of those people are. I'm ready for them all to start stepping up and having to verify that they aren't a scumbag. Because most people believe and know in their heart that these people are. It's I was thinking about that earlier today about how you have Hollywood and you have all the people in Hollywood and not just Hollywood but the manufactured, because a lot of Hollywood went up to like Vancouver and stuff like that because of production costs and stuff. And so just like the manufacturing of storylines, movie magic, they have their agendas of how they like, they're planting seeds. That's what they do with storylines. They plant seeds, you know. But it's not, it's pretend world, right? And then on the other side of the country, in Washington D.C., you have, hi kitty kitty kitty, Benny. You have the other overpaid actors that are perpetuating storylines, narratives, in which they're trying to get people to believe. So you co-sign all the shit they do. These people make like I think after the one of these stimulus packages, I think it pushed them over the 200K mark for members of Congress. I'm not positive, and I haven't verified that, but still, $170,000. These people work half the year, and all they do, they're just like a continuation of junior high. All they do is they write on a piece of paper what they want. They put it down, move it across the table to the people across the table. They pick it up, and they're like, nope, this is what we want. And that's all they do. And they've done it for years and years and years. All the while, the cracks of society keep getting wider and wider. I called these people last week. It's veterans upward bound. Evidently, that was recommended to them by the people at Veterans Off Grid. No, Benny. They're like, they can hopefully put you in the right direction, get you in the way that you need to go, because nobody ever answers the phones. So I called last Monday. It's what, Wednesday? Haven't had, oh yeah, we'll get back to you within 24 hours. No, that ain't it. But then I think about how much they spend. And then I knew a woman, I got a good answer for that. I knew a woman in Omaha. She worked for Mutual Omaha, the insurance company, and she did all the mailings. She always bragged and touted about how she had like a $1.2 million budget on this project, and that wasn't bad for someone. Blah 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 blah. It's like, what do I don't. It's really great what people do, and that they have so much excess. But what are they doing with their excess these days? I see a lot of excess driving down the road. A bunch of idiots driving their excess down the road in their fucking Teslas and their Audis. One more D-bag in an Audi, man. I think it's a prerequisite to freaking vacation in Taos, New Mexico. I saw a freaking dipshit in a freaking, like a newer Durango. He did a U-turn, just like put several people in harm's way. And people don't care. People don't have any regard for human life because of, gosh darn it, don't you know who they are? Ticket to Assholeville, the mayors of it. So I was reading some articles today about how people are like getting rid of their Amazon Prime and stuff. I'm like, dude, I got rid of mine like 3 years ago because he's a scumbag, But evidently, if people do debauchery and just, debagginess, there's good that comes out of it. So some people, he said, like, evidently Amazon's doing things like offering $1,000 incentives to help people that like haven't been able to pay their bills and stuff like that. When I was in the Air Force, see, I could only stand to do 6 because I saw all of what it was really about. And then I was in for the generation of Operation Iraqi bullshit. And so that was extremely disheartening, And then once I found out about, all the 9/11 and stuff, and I'm just like, what this country does, it's not, and that's the thing. This country's done a lot of really, really shitty things, okay? This country doesn't have to continue doing shitty things. How are we going to get all the shitty people that like to do the shitty things out of the positions of power and authority? Geez, now with all the BS voting stuff, I don't think elections are really going to count. They ain't never in my heart counted for nothing. I don't believe there's 382 million people in the USA. They make up numbers. I've driven all over this country except for the eastern side. There's too much space in between. And just think about how many spatially you put people next to each other, shoulder to shoulder. There's no way. They make up numbers. That's what they do. They make up numbers, and so they can put the data on the flyers, and so they can give it to the people, and so they can say things like, this is what your reality is, and this is what's true. But you know why they create these offices? So people have freaking a cush job somewhere. Somebody somewhere is getting a paycheck. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they get a paycheck. They're not doing, really? Not a callback? And I called last Monday? And it's freaking Wednesday? A week into? How many veterans have questions like this? I don't know. I know that's bad business. Somebody needs to get it freaking written up or something there. So there was an article earlier that I read about how in the numbers in this county where I live in northern New Mexico, they haven't gone up, but numbers everywhere are going up, and it's just like, oh yeah, just wait till cold season. People are, it's like, do people create the realities in which we live because so many people think we know what's going to happen and they think about it so that, because you think about it and put it out there in the ethers, why can't people think about a heaven on earth? Why can't they create that? Why can't they make that happen? Why do we get this cesspool of a freaking alien ant farm freaking prison planet that we got? Because we don't live, we live in a very hierarchical society, and there's just idiots that think that they're at the top, and it's just like, dude, they wouldn't be where they are if it weren't for the freaking DNA or the blood in their body. It wouldn't, because, and some of these people are so, like that Andrew guy, he's just dumb as a post, and how he's evaded prosecution year after year is just more evidence on that. If you're rich and a rich freaking opportunistic D-bag, you can do whatever you want, and there's very little, next to no consequence. Benny, come here. I don't like this, that you do this now. This is not cute. Go lay down. Go lay down. This is this new thing. It's like my last 3 videos. I start talking, he runs his mouth. I need to start taking him to the park every day. But we walk plenty out in the yard. It's not like go back there and pout, you big baby. He'll be back out at the door barking here in a second. No, he just distracts me. What else is going on in the world? Oh, I took a screenshot of this yesterday. I thought this was funny. The U.S. generals, this is on, I think it's what is it, CNN. The U.S. general's message to military about COVID-19 vaccine. Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Mark Milley, on Monday issued a memo encouraging the U.S. military farce to get vaccinated against, saying the health and readiness of our farce is crucial to America's defense. Well, America, I'm here to tell you, we are fucked, because the health and readiness of the farce is completely subpar. They ain't ready. They ain't ready for jack shit. They're ready for lunch. God bless you, Ma. They're ready for lunch. They're ready for dinner. But they really let themselves go. They really, really did. A lot of them, And who's the drain on society? Air Force, $153 billion was their budget last year. Ain't nobody should be homeless. Dude, they should have freaking D-bags and $15,000 suits on the street, pulling people up and saying, hey, come with me. Here's your freaking house ready for you. That's what it should be like. Shouldn't be tent cities and stuff everywhere, but no, these D-bags keep it, and they don't trickle down. They didn't trickle it down. And now the astrology is lining up in a way. People always have, we got free will. People always have a chance to live in a place. You know why prices to things are so high? You know why there's things like inflation? Because there's assholes that exist that go, I'm going to set the price point here. And they're going to justify it with all kinds of bullshit, all kinds of economic crap, which is, it's all made up reindeer games, man. It has nothing to do with humanity. It has nothing to do with helping your fellow man. It has nothing to do with humanity. And look at all look at all the rats in the race. The race got so big with rats. So many rats. So many pretentious D-bags that vacation. Tourists go home. Why would you come here? Of all the other places in the world to go. Ever notice Texas looks like a toilet? Mom's my favorite thing that came out of Texas. Oh, Ma. You're the best thing. I think you were born here. I don't even think you came out of there. Texas. I think you were born here. I think you're one of those 1950 babies that's what they did is they Native Americans take them out of their homes. It's storylines on Longmire years later. You know, governments do whatever they want. They're weird, twisted, freaking simple. They're just made up of freaking generations of people that have always gotten their way, and their way is just weird, man. It's good for them. I think about some of the egomaniacal stuff people have made in life. Like that dumb broad, what was her name? It was either Mariah Carey or Jennifer Lopez. I can't stand either of those broads. Never liked it since I was like 12 because the girls that listened to them sucked. And I just didn't like it. Anyway, I remember this was like back in the 1980s when they'd go on tour and they just had the bags of M&Ms. They didn't have like the separate colors and stuff like that like they do now. You can buy like you can get weird vanity colors and stuff, special order. You get whatever you want. You got the money to pay for it. So she wanted just brown M&Ms. So they had some dumbass picking through all these M&Ms, just to get the brown ones because this freaking dumb broad freaking wanted it that way. See, you have these people that think like that. I want it just because I can. I'm going to do it just because I can. They don't got that spirit in them that's like, that ain't an idea. That could cause harm to a lot of people. They don't got that notion, that connection to source, spirit, God that says you don't hurt people. You don't screw people over. You don't steal from people. And all the corruption that is happening at the top of this nation. Oh, yeah, you're stealing from people absolutely all the way. No question, doubt about it. You guys are the thieves. Whenever I see a $70,000 SUV driving down the road and a freaking fat cop behind the wheel, I'm like, you are the resource hog. You get your health paid for. You get your medical paid. How much work are these people actually doing every? The means don't justify the end. They just don't. And it's all a club. And that's what life is about. You got to learn to act the right way to get to get in the right way with certain. I played the game. I did fine, but you know what? I was just like, I can't stand to trying to. Corporate America is retarded. Every day I go to work, I'd be like, I can't believe I make half of what you do. Taking porn off freaking market or, the sales guy's laptop. I was like, dude, I'm tired of taking this stuff off this guy's laptop. Why isn't he getting in trouble? It's not his shit. I know the guy makes like freaking 6 figures. Can't you buy your own stuff and put your own pervy crap on your own stuff? No, is these egomaniacal tell themselves that they deserve it, that they earn it because of who they are. They should be able to do. And I just, this guy knew I hated him. And he lived in like the woods in rural Florida, up by, and just, I'm like, dude, these guys are a dime a dozen. That's the thing. That's why they do what they do. And they hang out with who they hang out with because they're all the same. A lot of them are freaking dirty scumbags. I worked at Westcorp, man. Every day I was taking freaking porn off there's. And it's just like, dude, they don't get in trouble because the people that run the show are doing it. That's why like readiness and everything has gone to hell because lazy people got in charge and they're not going it's just easy to expect everybody below you to be lazy too because that just people want you to be like them. The initiative, man. I don't know what happened to this people of this nation. I don't know if they were ever really as ambitious as all the marketing has paid themselves to tell them they were, the heart of America. Really? I see it on the streets. I don't see it. I see it in the stories of the people between the people that have fallen through the cracks of society. That's where I see humanity most. I don't ever see. And I've dealt with freaking millionaires and billionaires and all that, and they're, you know what? They're very empty. They're very focused. They know what they know about what they know, and their broadband is really quite narrow. So unless you want to talk about what they want to talk about, sure. But I just think that there's so much more to life as a spiritual being having a human experience. There, we could have heaven on earth, but you have this controller mentality, the void of spirit, the without spirit, the people without spirit. You have them that because they feel like they're so entwined and enthralled with the fact that they are in control and that they are not going to be powerless. But you're gonna, everybody's get brought to their knees at some point. Everybody comes to everybody comes to the point in their life you're going to live from your spirit, your heart, or you're going to live from your ego. And a lot of people live from their ego more, and they might get to travel around more and do more stuff and get to participate in more stuff. But a lot of that stuff, there's a heavy weight, there's a heavy burden attached to that stuff that you get to do. People think it ain't about having a seance and freaking summoning demons. I mean, yeah, you could do that if you want to lose your spirit, but it's just becoming less of the person that you were supposed to be. There's a version, the best version of everybody on this planet, man, and you got to get there by living from your heart. People are too fearful to do that, so this is the world we get. I recommend people just get good with where you are, make a couple buddies. Hopefully you live around some nature. You live close to some nature, some forests, some trees, some running water. Get out there, because strip away all that stuff that doesn't serve you. All the technologies and stuff. It's my connection to the outside world. It's my video library. But I can see a point one day where I don't do it. Everything has an end. Everything has a shelf life. You know. So, but for now, there's some people I like keeping in touch with out there on my tiny tube. I've had some conversations with some people that have watched my videos. There's some people that have followed for like a while now, because like over a year, just to see the story of how this is going to fold out now. What's next? Hopefully, the next place is the last place. I don't want to move no more. I want it to be our place where we can just watch the sunset and the sunrise over the mountain. Ma likes it here, and the weather is really, really freaking reasonable. It's really not that bad, and the people are mostly nice. And I've been all over, and I haven't been able to say that about a lot of places because for whatever reason, I got a face, I got an energy, I got a personality that people either they like or they really freaking don't. And there has been periods of time where people that don't like me have made life really freaking hard for me just because they could. So anytime people are like, that doesn't happen, they don't do that. That's funny. My brother has demon eyes. Not me, though. Mom, look. Look how the light hits his eyes. It looks like he has demon eyes. Googly moogly eyes. Isn't that funny? My mom already fell asleep and woke up. Anyway, I think that's about all I got. Don't buy into the BS. Don't buy into the hype, man. Look at people know what is true and what is not. At this point, if people are second guessing and don't have faith in themselves and and the gifts God gave them. Oh gosh, I hope you at least got your freaking soul family and your tribe around to help you navigate through this next part, because it's gonna be a bumpy ride. It's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad evening. Peace. You want ice cream?